In August 2023, I received a DM on my Instagram account where this person reached out to me and said, "Hey Mathilda, sorry if I'm asking you this, but I think someone misused your picture nude saying that it's from your OnlyFans and posted it online." So I found the link myself and I saw over 100 images that were posted, out of which 2 of them I appeared to be nude, which I'm not originally. So this was my first ever brush with IBSA.
Image-based sexual abuse, or IBSA, is the non-consensual creation, obtainment and/or distribution of sexual images and videos, and also includes threats to carry out the above.
If you don't do what I say, I will send this to everyone you know.
These can apply to content taken with consent, like privately owned photos and videos, or those taken without consent, such as via upskirting or hidden cameras. Non-consensual sharing of your own sexual photos and videos to others is also abuse.
I was in pure shock because someone has obviously messed up with the photo that I originally posted and made me appear nude. It was ridiculous. It was very stupid because why would I be naked at a swimming pool? Or why would I be naked in a restaurant? It does not make sense. But I realized that there is a shock factor. There is oh, that is her naked, and that could potentially be real, regardless of the background. There's a lot of mixed feelings, confusion, anger, disgust. Why is this happening to me? Like, what did I do wrong?
In a 2023 study by SG Her Empowerment, or SHE, 48% of youth polled IBSA as their top concern among online harms.
Image-based sexual abuse was one of the top harms that was seen among our clients at the She Cares at SCWO Centre, especially our female Gen Zs. About 62% of them actually listed IBSA as one of their top 3 concerns of online harms. So locally, we've also seen a rise in convictions relating to sexual offences associated with voyeurism. Firstly, dealing with the immediate emotional impact of the situation, right? Especially with how easy it is actually to do an image search on the internet these days.
That was scary because I didn't know who else might see these photos. It could be my mom, for all we know, right? And that would be very hurtful for me if she ever saw these kind of photos. So that's when I decided, okay, there needs to be something done about this situation.
Understandably, it can be quite challenging for survivors to figure out what are the next steps. Many don't even know where they can go to seek help.
I didn't think at that point in time in 2023 there were many resources, even up till now as well in 2024. We hear more about other cases, private actual photos being leaked. So to me this was like, oh, you're kind of in between because it is a nude, but it's not me. It's not my boobs, it's not my private parts. So that to me it was so weird. Like, how do we go about navigating this situation? So my knee-jerk reaction was to clarify, hey, I don't have OnlyFans. And I hope we didn't get scammed for this. And how I could take down the post to minimize the impact and the number of eyes that can see this specific post. So I decided to look at Google resources because I realized that, hey, if I can't stop the website, I can technically try and stop people from searching something similar to this. So that's when I went into a deep dive and I managed to find Google search help, and it's titled Support Resources for Removing Explicit or Intimate Personal Images. What they can do is that if someone tries to search for that link, I think it will not turn up. But to be honest, I haven't actually checked it myself to see whether it works because it's an image burned into my mind. I just want it to be gone.
If we think about the challenges that the internet brings, namely, one, the speed at which that content is shared virally, for example, or disseminated very rapidly, also the fact that content can be shared across multiple platforms. And this is also exacerbated by the anonymity with which many perpetrators hide behind using anonymous accounts. They're also quickly discarding these accounts once reports are being made, and then subsequently opening new ones to disseminate the content further. This leads to a lot of distress for our survivors. We have a support centre called the She Cares at SCWO Centre, which offers counselling, legal advice. We also offer support with reporting to the internet platforms and police, all in one location.
So this year I received a new DM from the same person, very consistent, and it's a new link this time round. So when I went onto that link, right, I saw an advertisement for deepfake AI nudes, and upon the click of a button, right, you can remove the person's clothes and a body will surface. So that was very disturbing to come across because I didn't know that such technologies existed.
So what Singapore is grappling with now is something that many other countries are trying to combat as well. We have seen, for example, South Korea, they're facing a deepfake crisis. In the US, for Taylor Swift, her images have also been doctored using generative AI. I think that really gives us a sense of the scale globally that everyone is grappling with. Image-based sexual abuse and other online harms, they're also evolving at such a rapid rate that we do need to consider how our legal measures can be updated and reviewed regularly to ensure that they are meeting the needs of survivors. And I think the recent arrest of the Telegram's CEO actually brings some of these issues to fore relating to the responsibilities of internet platforms. But that's really only one piece of a bigger puzzle. We do have to consider how we can encourage help-seeking behavior as a whole society, and also encourage more positive and constructive norms of online engagement.
There is always a narrative that as a content creator, you are putting out content for people to consume, do whatever they wish to it. So they will say, well, if you didn't like it, then why do you post it in the beginning, right? And I take full responsibility for all the photos that I put out, but I will also make sure I set boundaries and say this is just wrong. So I did become a bit reclusive and I tried not to share as much on social media. I think up till now, almost more than a year later, I realized that subconsciously I've been focusing more on creating content that is more comedic, or I'm fully dressed, so there's no way that they could ever misconstrue the image anymore. I've always been someone that will wear whatever the hell I wanted, but I realized that on social media it's a bit different because of these kind of harms, right? And I just didn't want to put myself in the point where I could potentially be edited in a different way, which is undesirable.
How can we, as everyday internet users, protect ourselves against IBSA? I will actually turn that question around and think about how, as a society, we can work upstream to ensure that this kind of negative conduct does not happen.
I want to be known for me, who I am as a core, someone who has been through life struggles. I'm not just a body to you, I'm not just an object. I'm human, at the end of the day. I'm just like your sister or your girl best friend. Would you ever want them to be treated that way? No, I'm sure.